Welcome to the 2020 annual training rollout, as well as January's training rollout for this year. Thank you for your patience. It's been a rough ending to 2019 for me, and I look forward to a great year with each and every one of you and moving forward in training. And also, your ideas are welcome in the training division. And if there are any practical evolutions that you would like to help out with or develop for a particular month, please see me in the training division. Let's make this fun, let's make it practical, let's make it efficient and related to the current best practices of the fire service. So as we come to the main page on the training website, go to our training division, click on the annual training plan, and you can scroll down from there to see the annual training plan document for 2020. If you click on that, it's going to download a file for you. You open it up, and then you can look through all the various different pages. Page 1 obviously has the 2020 annual training plan label on the top, and then as you quickly scroll through that, you'll see the vision, our mission, some of the training topic hour requirements from ISO and so forth, what's required. But then you get to the first month for January, and then for each month after that, it's spelled out for what we're going to try to hit on for competencies this year. Now, I'm trying to make this a heck of a lot easier for each person as we go through these competencies this year, especially to enter them into the computer, into image training. We're going to show you just a brief touch on that. I don't want this video to last too long. January, for this month, I would like to do just a brief lecture series when we pull you out for a multi-company. I know in just the next few days we're going to have a gentleman coming out to talk a little bit about firefighter rehab and our safety, and some other things with that. So there should be some CUs attached to that as well. For Fire Competency 116, commercial framing, quick blitz attack, winter ops with hose lines, accountability on big fires, commercial building types, commercial fire tabletop. Now, the theme for this year, the annual focus, is going to be commercial structure fires, to where last year it was residential structure fires in Bella Vista. So I really want you to focus on that. And too bad we didn't have this before. We had these big mutual aid fires that came up all of a sudden, and a warehouse fire, and a lot of those dealing with some of the hazardous chemicals and plastics that are burning that really light off at lower levels of temperatures. So I want you to really focus on commercial fires and how we're going to handle those here in Bella Vista. As you look through the 2020 January training plan, you see all these hours. Rather than have you enter in, let's say 2 hours for lecture series, 2 hours for multi-company, 2 for each of your competencies on different dates. Some people are getting them in. Some people think that they're a captain or a supervisor for the shift that day. Enter those in, and they're not necessarily in an orderly fashion getting accounted for. So I'm going to make it really simple. Captains, you need to make sure that there's one entry per month for your monthly training packet. So let's look at that for just a moment. I click out, I'll go back to the main page, and I'll go back to the monthly training plan, and we'll just take a look from the main page. From the main page of the website, you can access your monthly training plan by clicking on the link right here on January training plan, or you can click the tab monthly training plan. Either or will take you to the right spot. And of course, if you've missed any monthly training plans or information in previous months, you'll have to enter those individually. But you can go back, with the exception of November, you can go back to each of those and do those at any time, or review the videos or material that are attached to them. So I'm going to click on January 2020. If you clicked on that particular link, the website, I got a little picture of one of the commercial structures in our district, District 1 for Station 1. And as you look down, that little bit of information for as we come to the core competencies for January 2020, it's going to start with FC 116, and we're going to take out the 115 and replace it with a 117 here pretty quick. But it'll start with commercial framing. You click on that, it downloads to the page, and then it comes up just like it did before. You can print these off if you want to. The captains are responsible, once again, for picking one or more of these competencies per shift. and going over them with the crew. So if you've got a rookie on the crew, you need to go a little bit more in depth on the basics and work into the drill of what's expected by the company officer. If you need any help, give the training division a call. If you have an experienced team of people on your crew, you can go into a little more of the advanced techniques of the drill right away, but I've left a lot of lee room in here for the captains to really make that judgment and make it more fun for their personnel. So work through these. These are great ideas. They don't include all the bits of information and standards and guidelines, so the captains are going to have to put in a little work to make it successful. And of course, you get your driver competencies. You have your officer core competencies, hazmat, technical rescue things. If you need resources, give the training division a call or coordinate with those you know on shift can get things set up for you. Also, if you're doing a single company operation like that, call the BC up, say, hey, can we work with a different station and do some of these competencies together? And it's kind of like a little multi-company operation without having a formal multi-company date set. It makes training a little bit more fun. So go beyond the imagination a little bit. If you can build cheap props or use the things that we already have to make them a little more fun to deal with, please do so. Remember, we're not going to do training at extreme temps below freezing or probably above 90 to 95 on a heat index. As we move forward, let's go to image trend. Image trend you can reach by looking over here at the right side of the website. Image trend elite for BVFD, and of course you sign into that. I have a little bit different interface. When I sign in, I have the full rights to be able to look through and change things as necessary. But when you go to enter in a training activity, it's going to be simply for you guys. When you enter your training for this month, you're going to look for a packet, and I just simply hit on training entry and come over to course type, and right on the very top is 2020. So you'll type in the year, spell out the month, and it should pop up there on your screen. So 2020 January monthly packet of core competencies. So we click on that, it automatically populates everything that's in there. So you should not have to put anything else in there. Be sure and label an instructor for the main instructor. If you had 5 or 6 people that helped you throughout the month, help you to teach, and their instructors, add their names to the log as well for the trainers who helped out with it. Okay, when that's done, we move on to the next portion of the entry and pick your shift, pick the station you had on, the location primarily where you did most of your training, and if you want to, you can put times in for like a full 24 hours, but you can just leave the times blank for now. Make sure you have 24 hours selected in there, because times will be multiple, and we won't have to, on these monthly trainings, have to enter the timestamps. Now, on your logs, that when you do training and you complete your logs for the shift, include your times and on what particular trainings and when you did your trainings, and that'll help keep a timestamp for those particular trainings. Attendees, remember, if you have a lot of people attending, over on the right side, click attendees, add attendees, and you can multiply select, do a multiple select of personnel, and would automatically add those over to the right side, and keep everything nice and clean there for your report. All right, hope that helps out with training entries. By far, it's only 1 entry per month. How wild is that? Rather than 15, 16 entries on the fireside. Hope we can make EMS a little smooth in the future for this as well, and putting entries in. And with that said, go out there and make training quality, and don't focus on all the little administrative stuff that goes with it. If you guys want to work on particular projects or events coming up in training, please give me a call in the training division. We'd love to have you. Thanks for all your help, and I'm looking forward to a great year. Be safe out there. Thanks. Bye.